And the day after PewDiePie video, Johnny Somali wants to sue him, threatens to sue hypocrite PewDiePie for saying he ruined Japan.
The last guy everyone's talked about, this idiot. We'll just blur him and not talk about him, but it's still worth seeing the footage because he's such an idiot.
Yo, Johnny! Johnny, quick interview? No, I guess they don't want to. Johnny!
Kind of feel bad for Ramsey's attorney because it's very clear that Johnny and his, fools on Discord, etc., are feeding these arguments.
Guys, we've got some big updates about Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali is now in serious trouble with his attorney, and the situation is looking really bad for him. Right now, after facing 8 criminal charges, he has pled guilty to some, with 2 charges remaining. Those 2 charges have strong evidence against him. Meanwhile, everyone on social media is criticizing Johnny. Even big creators like PewDiePie are satisfied with what's happening.
He's been yelling Fukushima, Nagasaki, we will do it again.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki!
I'll explain that later. At this moment, Johnny Somali has actually come to the front line. His face has been revealed, and a video of him leaving court is now surfacing. We've also learned that Johnny Somali is in big trouble with his attorney, while his next trial is set for October, which is expected to be the biggest one yet. But before that, Johnny Somali can't really make a proper defense.
With that, and even a really good lawyer, even an amazing lawyer, can kind of be put in a bad place.
So what's actually going on with Johnny Somali? Let's find out in this video. So guys, first watch this video where Johnny Somali was captured while leaving court. The footage was taken by the Kick streamer named Paul Risen, who was actually inside the courtroom during Johnny Somali's trial. He also revealed some shocking information about Johnny Somali that will truly surprise you. Now let's watch Johnny Somali's walk after what might be the biggest loss of his life in court.
Yo, Johnny! Johnny, quick interview? No, I guess they don't want to. Johnny! Excuse me, guys. No, okay. Nah, Chad, they don't want.
So as you just saw, Johnny Somali refused to say anything on camera. I don't know why. In his previous trials, you might remember him even making videos of himself, often behaving in a disgusting way. But this time he's putting on an innocent look. This is truly the loser face of Johnny Somali, especially considering how many times he claimed he could escape easily. But now, that's clearly not happening. And with his defense situation looking so bad, this is the reality for Johnny Somali right now. Later on, he was even seen looking for a taxi, but no taxi would take him.
They don't want to be on camera. They're gonna take a taxi, I think. Tell him ice. I mean, I don't think it's bad ego, by the way. I think they were gonna take the subway, but now they're taking a taxi. I think so. Yeah, either he's done with streaming, or I don't know. Johnny was in your chat.
So Johnny Somali couldn't find any taxi and eventually left the area, completely refusing to engage with the streamer. But later we got some big news from that same streamer. In the next trial in October, 3 witnesses will be present. This upcoming trial is expected to be huge, lasting around 3 to 4 hours, and it's definitely not going to be good for Johnny Somali.
They said that 3 witnesses are gonna appear on the 29th of October. So the trial is probably gonna be like 3 or 4 hours long. That's what they said. So I guess that'll be the big one, but nothing really happened, to be honest with you. But Johnny seemed super, he seems different this time, you know what I mean? I think from the previous trials where he was all happy-go-lucky, this time he was a lot more serious. Maybe he's kind of done with being here, I don't know. His demeanor seems very changed. He just wants to be done. I mean, probably. If I've been in a case for that long, I'd want to be done with it too.
So, as you just heard from that streamer, Johnny Somali's situation is really not looking good. He's not acting like he did before, and now headlines are popping up like PewDiePie's dream comes true as lethal scum Johnny Somali faces 10 years jail time in South Korea for multiple crimes. It's not confirmed that Johnny Somali will actually face the full 10 years, but it's very possible. Right now, PewDiePie is reportedly happy after Johnny Somali's latest trial. This reaction comes from way back when Johnny Somali's actions in South Korea and Japan really angered PewDiePie. He even reacted to and criticized Johnny Somali, warning him about his behavior. After that, Johnny Somali reportedly threatened PewDiePie, claiming he would file a lawsuit against him. Although he never actually sued, it was more of an empty threat.
And the day after PewDiePie video, Johnny Somali wants to sue him, threatens to sue hypocrite PewDiePie for saying he ruined Japan.
The last guy everyone's talked about, this idiot. We'll just blur him and not talk about him, but it's still worth seeing the footage because he's such an idiot.
Acting like I'm a terrorist or something. Okay.
There you go, they said it. He is an actual terrorist. But he's been yelling Fukushima, Nagasaki, we will do it again.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki!
So now, seeing Johnny Somali finally facing the consequences he deserves, it's no surprise the news is saying PewDiePie is pleased about it. The bigger update is that Johnny Somali's defense is currently very weak. As you've seen, this man, Johnny Somali's lawyer, has appeared in my videos before, and he literally admitted that the defense and the evidence against Johnny Somali are too weak to work with.
나한테 이거 말고 이거는 너무나 미약하던데 어떻게 이게 좀 너무.
He's saying that it's very, very, very weak.
It's very weak.
어디 갔어? 또 찾으려고
See how the narrative in real life and online is so different?
On top of that, the attorney, who has been pressured by Hank Yoo's family,
He was pressured by Hank's family to be a part of this case, and I think he's trying to do his best to balance between Johnny and
isn't ready for the next trial. He's under heavy pressure, trying to figure out how to create any solid argument for Johnny Somali's defense. Here you can also hear what Legal Mindset has to say about it.
Kind of feel bad for Ramsey's attorney because it's very clear that Johnny and his, fools on Discord, etc., are feeding these arguments in that just do not work in court. They're not Korean lawyers. They don't know Korean law. Johnny's not a Korean lawyer, but he's trying to force these arguments that just don't work in the Korean system. And it led to a lot of losses today, loss after loss after loss. There was not a single win, even procedurally, even small victories for the Somali team.
So, like I said before, Johnny Somali really has nothing to prove for his defense. He's got nothing left. Right now, the only charges he's still holding on to are the deepfake crimes, where he has pled not guilty, but the prosecution has already proven that Johnny Somali distributed clips of those deepfake videos.
Johnny's lawyer says Ramsey cannot make the deepfakes because Ramsey does not know how to make deepfakes. So since he didn't make it, and the prosecutor interrupted him and said, so you deny making it, but you admit distributing the deepfakes. The lawyer responded, Ramsey's lawyer responded, well, he was drunk, he admits distribution, denies production.
That's why, even though he keeps saying not guilty, Johnny Somali basically has no defense left and no way out, despite already pleading guilty to the other charges.
The problem for him when doing that is that means they actually have to bring the victims of the deepfakes into the court for questioning. And that extends the whole trial process by easily 2 to 3 months. So if he just pleaded guilty to that, things would be over pretty quickly. He would get his sentence and he would at least know what his fate is. But now they're deciding to extend the process for no real upside. And by him not pleading guilty, that just makes the sentence even harsher on him. So currently, the legal analysts I've been talking to, they're expecting a 5 to 8 year sentence for him from all this.
So guys, to sum it all up right now, Johnny Somali was also seen with Hank Yoo. Hank Yoo previously said he wasn't living with Johnny Somali, but that turned out to be a lie. Johnny Somali himself admitted in court that he was still with Hank Yoo.
And that he still actually lives at Hank's house. So that's interesting because Hank is going on to say, oh, Johnny does not live with me. I do not help Johnny anymore. I'm not associated with him anymore. Apparently, that's not true.
This was yet another walk of loss after his third trial. At this point, Johnny Somali is facing a very weak defense. His attorney doesn't seem capable of doing anything in his favor anymore, whether that's because of Hank Yoo's pressure or simply because the case is too stacked against him. If things keep going like this, the situation and future for Johnny Somali look extremely grim, and he could face very serious consequences. So guys, what do you think? Is Johnny Somali's attorney actually doing a bad job, or is there simply nothing he can do to help Johnny Somali at this point? Let me know.